Mr. Speaker, I rise to notify the House of the creation of the Congressional El Salvador Caucus, for which I will serve as chairman and for which I have appointed the gentleman from Texas, Vicente Gonzalez, to serve as the bipartisan co-chairman. Congressman Gonzalez has extensive relationships and insights drawn from his time in El Salvador and throughout Latin America, and undeniably that will assist in leading the caucus. Mr. Speaker, El Salvador's president, Nayib Bukele, has converted El Salvador from the murder capital of the world into a reliable and stable partner for peace and security for the United States of America. The El Salvador Caucus will exist to nurture and advance the U.S. El Salvador relationship, to encourage strong borders, strong culture, and the strong reforms that President Bukele has put into effect. They've defeated the gangs. They've put prosperity on the march in El Salvador, and even the 70,000 people who are incarcerated in that country are not just seeing their lives wasted away. President Bukele has instituted a zero leisure policy where they are now restoring buildings and murals and actually rebuilding the country that so many of them had a hand in ravaging through gang warfare. The purpose of this caucus will be to vindicate the choices that President Bukele has made that indeed strengthen the U.S. El Salvador relationship. And El Salvador's resurgence has not existed as a consequence of falling for the siren song of globalism. Instead, President Bukele believes that the way El Salvador can lead within Central America and indeed throughout the West is by being the best version of themselves, not being excessively reliant on some of these globalist institutions. President Bukele has delivered instant justice to the satanic gangs and the endemic political corruption, but in fact, no good deed goes unpunished. Too often our own government and even some members of this Congress mount attack after attack at El Salvador and President Bukele, presumably because the comeback that El Salvador is living is a breathing indictment of other failed ideologies. Through the inspiration from El Salvador's astonishing transformation, the great American rejuvenation can become a reality as well, so that we can experience a triumphant return of safety and prosperity that we once inspired in others. I would invite my colleagues in the House and Senate to contact our office. We would love to have you as a member of the El Salvador Caucus as we strengthen the U.S. El Salvador relationship, as we work to amplify some of the good decisions that are being made by President Bukele and his government, and as we hope that these good ideas have legs and can travel and can be copied and implemented for a more stable world. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield back.